Hello everyone, I wanted to give you an update. So in case you are new to my channel, my name is Freya. I am 50 years old. I had my twins that I conceived through embryo adoption 2.5 years ago. They are now 2.5, and I'm actually planning to have baby number 4. The baby number 4 update is this. We're gonna see. I'm speaking not too loudly because Emil is sleeping in the background. Romy, like my oldest daughter, she's upstairs taking a shower, and Lola's with her. I hope she's not gonna make a mess. So I'll use these few minutes to see if I can give you an update. Okay, I'm gonna sit right here by the table. I'm sitting on the kids. You can see it like on the kids' chair here. And yeah, then that way I don't have to hold it. Okay, so as you know, we are planning to move to the US from Germany. We're currently still living in Germany. I have been in Germany, well, I was born and raised here. I moved to Texas the first time in 1994. That is when I got married to my now ex-husband. He was a Texan. He is a Texan. He's still alive. We got separated. Well, then we moved back to Germany, and then we moved back there again in 99. And then when we separated in 2000, well, we separated in 2004, and in 2005 I came back here to Germany. So it's been, let's see, almost 20 years that I've been back here in Germany. And I have been wanting to actually go back, and I decided that I'm going to take my kids and go back. I do have sole custody over all 3 kids. Now that doesn't mean that, well, my oldest daughter's dad, he is her biological dad, and he also signed, just looking over there, the dog just jumped up the couch, just making sure she's not licking his, like Emil's feet while he's sleeping. She loves licking everyone's feet and hands and everything. So he is on the birth certificates, but you know, we have an agreement that he could always see the kids whenever. So he is their dad. They know him as dad. I offered him, it's like, you want to also move to the States? Like, we are not a couple, we're not together, but of course we are sort of friends. I can't say we get along perfectly, but it's like, you know, it's like with my brother. He's difficult for me to deal with, but he's still my brother and I love him. So that's kind of like that with my ex. It's like, okay, you're part of the family, you're their dad, and I'm not going to be, you know, I'm always going to be amicable. I'm going to try to, yeah, you know, we're going to deal with each other, and like, we're friends. We don't have to love each other, but we can be friends. Although when we're around each other, sometimes it's like we really get on each other's nerves. So there's no way we could ever live together. You know, but he's been talking about, yeah, he's complaining about everything here in Germany, and he's like, well, you know, we should go to the States. And he always still talks about we. I'm like, you do what you want to do. And yes, of course, we're kind of somehow tied together because, you know, we have kids and he's their dad. And I don't ever want them to not know who dad is. But the relationship right now is in a way where even my oldest daughter, it's more like a friendship. And it's absolutely not a big deal to her if she doesn't see him for a really long time. She doesn't mind at all. It's not like she's so attached to him. It's enough for her to know he's there, but every time he comes around, she hates it actually. She's like, oh no, and he commands me around, and he like criticizes me all the time. I think it'll actually be good when we're not that close, because when you have more distance, you tend to idealize a person more than when you're around them all the time, which in this case, it's a good thing. You know, we can do FaceTime and all the things, but the fact is I have been paying for everything 100%, and I've been taking care of everything. So he comes around maybe once a week, usually maybe more like every other week for a few hours. We don't have like custody, you know, we don't have any times where like they have to go see their dad. They could go there whenever they want to, and of course the little ones are too little. And my oldest daughter, it was always her decision. For me, it was always like, if you wanted to live with him, it would be fine with me. I just want you to be happy. You don't belong to me or anything. You belong with me. But if you wanted to be with your dad, it's like, do it, it's like, but she would never want to do it. So she's close to me. So that's the situation, and that's why, moving to the States, it's not like, oh, no, they're not going to see their dad anymore. He's going to be still the dad, and but for my business, it's a good move right now, and also I think for the kids, broadening horizons and just kind of seeing something new and different. Those are some of the main reasons, really just getting out of the comfort zone. And yes, it's a huge undertaking. And so circling back, this was just a little bit of background information, circling back to moving back to the States. So now I'm in the middle of, I have decided, I actually have decided which lawyer, because I've been shopping around, or researching, and been in contact, and I've had some consultations, like some, initial consultations with some immigration attorneys in this, in the States. And I have decided which lawyer. I found someone I really liked and resonates with me and the way he does things. So it's going to be the E2 investor visa. I'm going to bring my business to the United States, which means I've already done a bunch of things. And I do have a channel that, well, it is in German. If you do speak German, you can take a look at that channel. I will put the link below. That's a German channel in the German language, and that's where I document that whole process of like all the things I have to do in order to move to the States. On this channel, I'm documenting more of like, like the family side of things. On the other channel, I'm documenting more like the practical background information, like all the paperwork and all the stuff I have to take care of. So baby number 4, I have actually decided that I'm gonna postpone this. It's not out of the world because of this issue that the clinic in Poland, probably if Poland had worked out, I would have immediately just gone there. I would have probably had the transfer by now. Now she has the blow dryer on. It's quite loud up there. And didn't work out because of the misunderstanding. And now getting into a new clinic, like I've decided I want to move to the States quicker. I had initially intended to move in 2026, and so it would have been okay. No, this year get pregnant, next year have the baby, and the year after that, and the baby would be maybe a year old or so, then we could go to the States. I'm changing that now. Maybe it's smarter, or I have decided at least now that we're going to move to the States first, and we're going to do the E2 visa, which it doesn't take that long. As soon as I have made my investments, you have to invest a substantial amount, and I have really built my business up on that side and like gotten everything into place to get, good chances to get that visa granted. And it's good for 5 years initially. As a German citizen, usually they grant it for 5 years, and then you can renew it indefinitely. And I don't know if we're going to stay in the States or if we're going to come back after a couple years. It all depends on how we like it and how we feel there. How much at home do we feel? How much do we miss anything here? So now that's going to happen first. And I'm hoping that we can actually move within the next 9 months. So less than a year. I'm hoping that maybe in the spring of 2025, it's 2025, we can actually already move. And then when we are there, I'm going to have to get settled first. And there's a lot to take care of with 3 kids. So maybe it is a smart idea to move first. And then once we are settled and the business is running on that side, and I've got like my team in place and everything, the processes and the SOPs, the standard operational procedures, they're all documented and everything's in place. I think then that would be a better time for me to move ahead, and I will probably come to Europe. I'll take the kids and visit my family and everyone here, and then I might take a few days and try to time it in a way that I can do a transfer here in Europe, because it is very, very much cheaper. So, in Spain or in Cyprus, they don't have that limitation of, they do it for single women. I do think though in Spain they do have an age limit, but in Cyprus I don't think they do have an age limit. So even if I'm 52, I think it could still be possible. Or something I've also thought about. You can, even as a non-permanent resident, you can also foster a child. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I think if we really like it in the States, probably you can, when you hold an E2 visa, you can start then applying for a green card under different, you know, like different scenarios. I think I could qualify. And so there are different options. If I do foster, and then maybe eventually we could adopt, but that, I think adoption I can't do unless I am a permanent resident, which means I will need the green card first. Yeah, so that's the scenario now. And yeah, I'm a little bit, I'm not sad at all. I'm actually very excited about moving to the States now and getting all of that started and getting the ball rolling. And we have decided to sell the house here, so that'll give us a good chunk of starting money. I'm not sure yet if we're gonna rent something. I thought I was gonna rent something when we get there, but then again I'm thinking, maybe that doesn't make so much sense because I have to set up a studio to work in and everything. So I'm gonna work and live in the same place, so I need like a studio and office where I can make all my YouTube videos and my singing tutorials and all that stuff, and performances and recordings. And then setting everything up, and then maybe moving after a short amount of time. Maybe I can already buy something. If I have like 100 grand down payment already, I could maybe get a pretty nice house that is big enough for all the stuff to work and live there. So I'm still checking into that. There are ways actually to get a mortgage, to get a house loan, even if you don't have an American credit score. As someone coming from Germany, there are actually German people in the States who help Germans get house loans where you don't need an American credit score. And obviously I'm gonna have a 0 credit score when I arrive because I just haven't been there. So it's just gonna take time for it. So what you need then is just kind of proof of income, which, you know, I would need my tax statements here from Germany, which I do have, to kind of document how much money is coming in. So, and then I'm gonna stop it here, and I'm gonna maybe get a little bit of footage of the kids. So our sweet little boy is sleeping. Oh, so sweet. Yeah, Schatzi. And there's little Lola. She's now letting me, well, it's a little messed up now, but she's letting me put rubber bands in her hair. What you got there? These are like little shish kebab thingies for kids. They're not pointy. And they get everything out of the drawers. It's a big mess. Why is she so dirty? I don't know. Oh my goodness. They make such a mess all the time. Hey baby. Sag hallo.
Hallo.
Sag halli hallo.
Hallo.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, it's dinner time, and I just wanted to show you Emil how he is awake. He's eating the leftover soup that Romy left over. Well, it's actually ramen, but they love the ramen stuff. It's not the healthiest, but they just love it. Is that good? Ist das gut, Emil? Ist das lecker? Ist das lecker? Oh, we're about to take a bath anyway, doesn't matter. Say good night, sag gute Nacht. So we're wrapping it up, and I'll see you next time.